new arrivals at the Klein Tuin Zoo, coming in all the way from Australia. Hopping into the new exhibits are the wallabies, a small relative of the zoo's resident kangaroos. And now, while the dingoes are still being kept backstage, there are smaller carnivores, like the tiny quoll. Or if you're looking for something feistier, look no further than the devil from Tasmania. This little fella is not a porcupine or a hedgehog. It's a bizarre, spiky, egg-laying mammal from the forgotten continent.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Klein Tuin Zoo. Yeah, it's been a while. I know some people have been asking. For some reason, you guys like it when I build small cages and then stuff big animals inside of them. So, yeah, we're back at Klein Tuin Zoo. Yeah, so for anyone that's new, welcome. This is Klein Tuin Zoo, a zoo based in South Africa. But this is a bit different since this is a historic zoo. So every episode I upload will be a step in time. So the first episode we started back at the early, 20th century. And yeah, so now current year is 1937. Yeah, so we've got a few new things to show off. You've probably seen the intro, and based on the title, got a bunch of Australian animals. And it's kind of funny that at the time of recording and uploading, Frontier just announced the Oceania pack. I pretty much just finished building everything, and yeah, they announced the Oceania pack, and I was contemplating waiting for that, but honestly the only animal from that pack I can actually use for this episode is the Tasmanian Devil, so yeah, I figured why not use just upload this video early. We do currently have Tasmanian Devil mods, and there's a chance all the other modded animals that I'm going to use in this episode might break after the update. And also, if I release a video after the update, people might expect me to show off buildings and stuff from said update, which I probably won't be. I'll just be showing the stuff I've already built. But anyway, yeah, we kind of on the far side of the zoo. Like, zoom out just to contextualize. It's because I've got some updates to some old enclosures before we see some new stuff. So we got this used to have some cheetahs inside of it. I've currently put some foxes. Got a trio of 3 foxes over here. And so yeah, the cheetahs are currently off display. Don't worry, you'll see them again next episode in a slightly bigger enclosure. But yeah, so while we don't have any foxes in South Africa today, sorry, red foxes specifically, I did find a video of a woman holding some fox cubs. I think this is in Johannesburg Zoo, red fox cubs. I assume red fox cubs. Showing them her lovely little fox scarf made out of a pelt. So, yeah, very, very bizarre behavior. Hopefully the foxes aren't sentient enough to understand what she's showing them. And as we move along here, we also got an update to these 2 enclosures, these small cages. So before they used to be aviaries, having macaws and I think pheasants. But now they are quoll exhibits. So yeah, I should probably just give a bit of backstory. I think in 1937, the year this episode is based in, IRL, Pretoria Zoo, I think had an exchange with Taronga Zoo in Australia. So we got a whole bunch of cool Australian animals that time. And it's really funny because I think that's kind of like, you can say, the peak of the Australian mammal collection in Pretoria Zoo, or just South Africa in general, because nowadays across the country there's only like 4 marsupial mammals kept in captivity, which is red kangaroo, I think 2 wallabies, and like sugar gliders. It's also really funny for Pretoria Zoo because kind of like the Australian mammal collection peaked like 50 years before they actually had a dedicated Australia section. Yeah, but anyway, so quolls are one of those cool animals that got sent over. We'll see some of the other ones later. Like I mentioned, Tasmanian Devils already. I do believe there's... Oh, I'm on the roof. Yeah. So the 2 quoll species that were sent were the tiger quoll, which is supposed to be in this cage. There's obviously no mod for it, so nothing there. And the eastern quoll. I think these are eastern quolls, right? Yeah. So I managed to find two morphs. I don't know anything about quolls, to be honest. I've never seen a quoll. I probably will never see one in South Africa. So, I mean, one day maybe go to Australia and see one. But yeah, there were two morphs, so I decided to get them both. There was like this lighter colored one and the darker colored one. I believe they're carnivores. They kind of fill up the carnivore niche in Australia, but obviously small carnivores. Yeah, just put this little house down so they can sleep in there, and yeah, it's a cage. Yeah, we still got our fennec foxes from before. Anyway, moving on, you can see that the wolf enclosure that was over here is completely gone. Well, not completely gone, but the top is gone. The base is now a podium for a cannon. Yeah, so this cannon is just I kind of slapped it together in like an hour, so I want to add more details, or maybe ask someone else to help me. But the reason why I built this cannon is because of that thing over there. So that's a recreation of the Anglo-Boer War Memorial, which you can see in Johannesburg Zoo. So it's kind of an iconic feature in the zoo itself. It's a weenie, which is theme park term for giant monument you can see throughout the park. But technically the monument isn't even inside the zoo. The Johannesburg Zoo is right next to a war museum, and where they have like tanks and planes and cool war artifacts. But they also got this memorial outside, this big podium and this angel on top. And yeah, you can pretty much see it from all the way throughout the zoo, so it kind of acts as a weenie of the zoo, even though it's technically not inside the zoo. I'll throw up pictures and that so you can see how it looks IRL. And yeah, but this wasn't made by me. This was made by Drac. He sent me a message one day saying, "Hey, you want a Boer War memorial for your zoo?" And before I could respond, he sent me the file. I was like, "Oh, now I have to include this in the zoo because it's so well made." We'll see it up closer later on. Yeah, so I wasn't planning on having this, but Drac made this and put it in. So I think the original memorial in real life was built in like 1904, very early 1900s. So, and I did actually have this last episode. I don't think I actually showed it off. So it's been in the zoo for a while. Yeah. It's currently on the estate there behind the estate mansion. Now the reason why there's a cannon here is because while the memorial itself is not in the zoo, in the zoo in front of the old restaurant, the education center, there's a cannon pointed directly at this memorial. So the story I was told was that the cannon, which obviously this cannon is based off of, is pointed at the angel, and this angel is supposed to be the angel of peace. And if civil war ever breaks out, again, it means the angel isn't doing a job, and the cannon will be fired, shooting a head down. I don't know if that's 100% accurate. That's what I was told as a child. I never bothered to look it up because I really like that story, and I don't want to break the fantasy. And I know I might be spreading misinformation here now, but it's a fun little urban legend. I think it could actually be real. I don't see any other reason why they would have set up a cannon pointed at the angel. But yeah, so obviously Drac made the angel, so I had to make the cannon that's pointed at the angel. Yeah, decided to use the wolf enclosure as a little podium for the cannon because I wasn't sure where I was going to put it. I was like, this wolf enclosure, I'm going to tear it down anyway. Might as well make this podium useful. I didn't realize how big the exhibit was, so now the cannon kind of looks small. So maybe in the future I'll build an actual proper podium for the cannon, but for now, yeah. So we'll take a closer look at the monument in a bit. Anyway, let's walk up here. We got a waterfowl exhibit. We got a lion and tiger house, and then we also got finally some new things. So this is a little aviary over here for budgies. So now this is based on an aviary that exists in a Pretoria Zoo. I think initially when it built, it did also have a whole bunch of budgies, so that's why I went with this. So we got a whole bunch of budgerigars. Thanks to Julius, he made these budgies as well as a bunch of other cool small birds I might use in the future. So all the blueprints I use is in a Steam collection that's linked in the description. So if you want to see any of the blueprints I mentioned, you can check them out there. I also use some of Jaguar X's aviary stuff, so just decorate this aviary. especially these small birdhouses, and we've got the budgie sitting up there. Yeah, so in Pretoria it doesn't hold budgies anymore. I think recently it's held owls. One year when I went there it held meerkats, so... But I think this exhibit will stay. We'll change it in time, so we'll have other birds in that as well, or animals, just like real life. Now if you remember, if you like some reason remember, there was some old like chain link stork and crane exhibits over here. We've of course torn them out to make way for this nice aviary and for this pathway. But we haven't completely gotten rid of our storks and cranes, because if we walk up here, we have some new exhibits. Yeah, so there's our wattle crane. These are modded in, of course. I don't remember who made the mod. I think it might have been Ginger. But yeah, all the mods that I use will be linked in the description, including the quoll and these storks and then the marabous. I mean these cranes, these are storks. Yeah, so here we have a bunch of exhibits. So we've got a wattle crane, we got our marabous. I think we've got like 4 marabous in there. These are nice mods. I really like these mods. And then of course we have another Australian import over here, the common wombat. So yeah, no wombats in South Africa today, or like any time in recent history I think, but way back when, in the 30s, late 30s, we got an import of wombats, so you can actually put them down from the Twilight Pack. Ooh, look at him go. Yeah, so these exhibits kinda loosely based on some exhibits in Pretoria Zoo. It's not like a direct recreation, but I'll throw some pictures so you can kind of see the vibes I was going for, with like the fence types and this like interesting kind of moat with the steps. That this is taken straight out of Pretoria Zoo. And also know that way back in the 30s and 40s, exhibits were getting bigger like this, but they probably wouldn't be as detailed as this. A lot of the pictures and that you see they're usually quite bare. They don't have all these plants and that, but I decided to throw in some plants. It looks pretty anyway, so whatever. I also put in the burrow because why not? I don't think they can actually use it. I haven't seen them going to it. I think the rocks probably block these poor wombats from actually going in. It's fine. Ooh, look at him down in the thing. This can take water, but I decided to leave it as a dry moat for now. But yeah, can get a little bit of water in there. That's the lowest level. So yeah, let's actually get a closer look at these exhibits, so you can see. This is the backstage is right behind the lion house, the big cat house there. Got a little door. This, yeah. Come over here. Then we got the big gate. So the staff can come in here. We've also got the housing shelters for them, so you can come in there. Not, I mean, I don't know what to put in these shelters. They're just concrete boxes. I suppose I could have grunged it up more, but I'm not too good with the decal pieces yet anyway, or trying to make it look organic. Maybe in the future I'll mess around with it some more, make this look a lot more dirty. Yeah, so these enclosures will definitely stay forever. Not the species, like I said. We don't got wombats anymore in Africa, but the enclosure will stay. We'll find something else. Come over here, we have the stork exhibit, so yeah, I like this barrier design where you have this fence and then this hedges and then another fence. Separate them, and then storks also got a little shed, so do the cranes. Yeah, and then this fence here, I decided just to have a chain link fence, but to kind of restrict view, we've let ivy grow all. I can't. Yeah, no. Just I let the ivy grow all over it, so it blocks the view, keeps it kind of natural. But yeah, there's the memorial. Let's actually, before we check out the other exhibits, go and take a closer look at the memorial. So yeah, here's the old estate house, you can see, in its all glory. This is one of the earliest things I built in this game. I did upgrade it a bit, so I mean here in the front got a nice little tarred parking, evened up the terrain, added this little these steps back here. In the future, I do want to try and redo this house, like redo the windows, maybe add some detailing to the gables. Just renovate it with, make it look nicer, because this is an early game build. It doesn't look too bad, I don't think. But yeah, let's actually fly out so we can get a proper look at this angry arch of the scale. But yeah, this is the memorial. Like I said, all of this is dark. I think I just added some extra steps here at the bottom. But yeah, you did a really good job on this. It's just a simple arch. If you go up too close, you can see she doesn't really have all the details in the face, and the wings are actually an elephant. But you know, if you standing down here, you don't actually see that that's an elephant. And from far away, of course, you also don't see. So yeah, really like that. It's also a good view from the house itself, the state house. So if you come up here, you can see there's a big fig tree, which I need to redo these fig trees. Make this one a little bit bigger, but got the angel down there, and even from down here, it's almost like she's sitting on top of the tree, which I like. Right, so let's get back to the zoo itself. This, the estate and the angel will eventually become part of the zoo. It's just for now, there's no exhibits in that over there, so it's still separate from the rest of the property. Yeah, so before we go check out those aviaries, which I think I've been teasing for several episodes already, let's head over here. So first up, we got some water bird exhibits. If you're a really dedicated viewer, you might remember this. This is actually kind of an old exhibit I made long ago when I don't even remember when I was like first doing that area over there where the botanical gardens are. I made this exhibit to try and go there, but it didn't quite work out, so I just blueprinted it and moved it. But I figured up here it might work. So yeah, this is based on some old exhibits in Pretoria Zoo. That water birds, I'll show some reference videos in that. One of the videos you could see little seal pups actually in one of these pools, so I'm going to do that in the future once we get seals in the zoo. Put some pups in here. Yeah, also redid this fence, so with the new pieces. So in case you're wondering what this is, these are just the conservation gutter pipes. And then we also have these thinner bars. And they come together really nicely. It creates this nice little ornate fencing. Yeah, so some of the birds here, we got some mandarin ducks. These are all made by Drak, so pelicans as well. It's supposed to be greater white pelicans and the trumpeter swan. Thunder trumpeter swan, I don't remember the difference. And we got some black swans. Another Australian animal. I don't think they didn't come in the 1937, in that year when Australia sent a bunch of animals. They didn't send black swans, but I figured it's a common species captive nowadays. They could have sent black swans, why not? Yeah, also put some of these plane trees in here. And some bushes. I'd like to put these little planters down. These, if you don't know, is just one of the planters. And I just sunk it down to get the metal rim, then I put one of those flower beds inside to act as a soil. And boom! Easy planter. Come over here, we got our Tassie Devils. Obviously these aren't from the Oceania pack. The model, it's a good model. I don't wanna discredit the modders, but you can see the way it fits on the rig. I'm not sure what rig it uses. It's a little bit weird, especially the tail. But yeah, next episode we're gonna, once the Oceania DLC comes up, we're gonna put the official Tasmanian Devils in. But for now we do got the cool little Tasmanian Devil mock. So we've got two of them over here. So now these enclosures are based on some that you still see at Pretoria Zoo. I have a feeling they were probably built a lot later than 1937, but I figure they're still kind of old, they work. And yeah, you could put Tasmanian Devils in them. Now, it's just the front, and you've got a door on the side so you can open them, let them meet each other if you want to. I'll show you we'll see the backstage in a bit. We'll get to go to the backstage. First, we've got some wallabies, and they're all boxed up, of course. Yeah, so we've got some Tammar Wallabies, which is, again, we don't have these in South Africa. I think we only have redneck wallabies and Palmer wallabies. I don't know how small these wallabies were going to be, because I made this entire enclosure. This again is based on something at Pretoria Zoo, right next to those enclosures actually, IRL. And figured I can put some wallabies in here, and then the wallabies came and they were a lot smaller than I imagined, but so I just put a bunch. I think there's 6 or something. The 6th one is hiding somewhere. Yeah, also put some of these euphorbias, euphorbia engines. Because I don't really use them much, but I want to kind of use some more native vegetation in the zoo, so those in alongside the planted eucalyptus and that from way back when, because that's South Africa for you. Some grass poking up there, just ignore that. When we come over here, we see the backstage, so yeah, simple cages. Now, if you're wondering, how do the keepers actually get in here? I don't know. I based this on real life exhibits, so in the actual exhibit, I look carefully at my reference pictures, the pictures I took, and there's just a door that seems to lead to a building. There's no like separate door for keepers, so I imagine like either the animals in here might not have actually been like as ferocious as Tasmanian Devils, maybe like small data or something, so the keeper could just hop the fence and go in, or they would have to bait the animal inside the snack room and then close the door somehow, and then hop in the fence this way if we want to maintain the exhibit. I don't know. I could have improved the design, but I'm lazy, so yeah. And we also got some shelters for the wallabies. And a big old door, so the keepers can come inside. Anyhow, let us phase through walls and go over here. So yeah, let's actually go check out this bit. Again, another exhibit inspired by Pretoria Zoo. I sound like a broken record because I think pretty much everything in this episode is from Pretoria Zoo except the angel. Yeah, so in here we got some echidnas, which you don't find anywhere near Africa today. I wish Australia, please send us cool animals, Australia. We won't kill them. We won't let them die this time, like the koalas. Don't. Anyway, yeah. So in Pretoria Zoo, this is kind of the like a pit exhibits. You have this dry moat and then the soil area, and then IRL. It used to hold dassies, rock hyrax. I think today it holds ground squirrels. But I decided, yeah, I can put an echidna in there. Got a little house and some rocks. I did want to put some more rocks down, but I think it ruins its traversable area, so I'll just leave it a little bit bare now. I mean, it is late 1930s, so exhibits can be a little bit bare. Why not? Yeah, I really like how this one turned out. Nice circular exhibit. And we also got these cool little handrails just to stop, from you getting too close, or accidentally falling in, or dropping stuff. But yeah, this is a really nice echidna mod. When it's not doing handstands all the time. Yeah, next Australian animal, we got emus. So yeah, emus have been in South Africa for long. You still get so many emus. You can buy emus. And I have a friend that keeps emus as pets. And so yeah, and we also mix them with a couple ostriches. Because yeah, that's the thing you can do. Emus and ostriches do kind of get along. Although I think I've personally only seen female ostriches or with emus. I think maybe you can keep the males. I'm not sure, but so we've got 4 emus in here. We've got some ostriches. This is a very what do I say? Ragtag janky exhibit. Just because I want to throw something together to start filling up the space. There's the back of the zoo. Still need to build a whole bunch of exhibits and that, so we could build a few more of these janky exhibits again. To keep things. So this is just the electric wire, and I put some wooden posts so it looks like a regular wire, not electric. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, even though it's something I made in like, I don't know, 10 minutes. start filling the exhibits in this space. Anyway, let's go back to the final things, which is our aviaries. Actually, we got a toilet first, so yeah, built a toilet again based on one at Victoria Zoo. It is kind of standing alone right now. See, it looks a bit isolated. I tried to throw some gardening on it so it stands out a bit more. Yeah, maybe I'll either move it, like next episode I'm gonna build out this section. You can kind of see me already planning stuff there. Move it to some enclosures so it looks a bit more in place, or build stuff around it, but it actually looks, it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Got the men's room, got the women's room, it's fine, the janitor, and yeah, entrance on the side as well. And there's no interior, just leads to yeah, none on the yeah, up here I added, ooh, that's kind of oversight, I need to fix that. But yeah, we got a little fence here to stop, people. Now that they can come up here, you don't want them walking over to the ledge and falling off. So we got a fence. And we got some aviaries, so if you've been watching, if you watched the last episode, and I think probably the episode after that, I think I teased these aviaries for quite a while. I built these a while ago, and I just never developed this upper area yet, so they've just been sitting there waiting to be shown, and they're finally ready. So yeah, this is built on based on the aviary at Victoria Zoo, which you can still see today. I think when it was initially constructed, Nick told me it was for raptors, but I decided let's just put some general birds in, because I don't think there's that many raptor models I can use to hold this thing. So we got this spoonbill made by Druck. I think it's supposed to be a Eurasian one, but I'm pretending it's a royal spoonbill from Australia. They look similar enough. Maybe I should just get rid of that yellow patches, but they should work. Pretty similar. Yeah, then come along next aviary. We got some Turacos. I don't remember what kind of Turacos these were. One of the green ones, obviously. Yeah, but these were made by Jaguar X. We've got some more Jaguar X birds over here. We have the grey go-away bird, or the grey luri as it was called then, and the red-winged starlings. There's another luri up there. Yeah, in each of these exhibits we've got these little water troughs for the animals to drink out of, and this little nesting ledge, and then some poles for them to perch on. These are pretty big, even today. These exhibits IRL are pretty big. They just have some poles and that, so I figured, yeah, keep with the theme. And they also got these night rooms at the back, which, I mean, yeah, I don't know what function they would really serve. I suppose if they kept raptors and like owls, they might be want more privacy, and they can go back here, and the keepers can come in and clean. We'll see the backstage a bit more in a second. What's next up? Here we got some hornbills, also by Jaguar X, yellow-billed hornbills. Standing up there. And here we got a big old front section of the aviary, so we got a couple more birds. We got a northern bald ibis. We got some African spoonbills. I like these African spoonbills. I need an African spoonbill, a good African spoonbill, so thank you, Druck. And then we got some superb starlings by Jaguar X. Yeah, bigger space, we could fit in some more birds there. Then we come along here, we got a whole bunch of African grey parrots. So I'm not sure if they were popular as pets back in the 30s, but nowadays, like, a lot of zoos have a lot of African greys because they people's pets and they can't take care of them. So yeah, if you're getting a parrot as a pet, just make sure it's something you can take care of. It's obviously a long-term commitment because they live as long as people. We've got some Major Mitchell's cockatoo, I think. So we just got 2 pairs of them. These guys are sitting in the food bowl. These are also made by Druck. Got some macaws made by Jaguar X. I think we actually saw them a few episodes ago. They were in one of the Quoll episodes, so I decided to just move them up here. Got the one climbing on the fence, really like this one. And last but not least, in this row of aviaries, we got another mixed species exhibit. We got some, I think it's supposed to be partridges, and some golden finches, both made by Drock. So, a whole bunch of finches sitting up there. Really like that. And then to get to the staff area, so you have this little door to get in, and these are all the doors that take you to these sheltered rooms. And we've got some gardening to keep the guests from coming in. And now we have another aviary, of the only exhibit today that isn't inspired by Pretoria Zoo. This is actually kind of inspired by an old aviary picture I saw it from Johannesburg Zoo. It doesn't exist today, but I really liked how it looked in the picture, or like the shape of it, so I recreated it. And this thing I made way back when I first made this this vulture aviary over here. This thing was over there, but then I figured whatever aviary I build here will probably be demolished, and I was like, but I like this one too much, I don't want to demolish it, so I moved it here, and that's why. And then I built that vulture aviary. That's also probably why it doesn't look so good, because I was building it to get demolished. I need to make a new vulture aviary, maybe not there, but one that looks better than that one. Yeah, you can see a couple more raptors made by, I think all of these are made by Drock, except the vultures, but black vultures, right in here, got a little golden eagle, maybe a chick from our golden eagles down in that aviary over there. This big aviary, we got a whole bunch of hooded vultures. I can't remember if this was Drock or Jaguar, but really cool. Really like all these ones. This was made by Drock. This is really good, the Batelier. And you see with this one, I decided to just take out the dividing wall. You see, here we have mesh wall. This one decided they wanted to give the eagles a bit more space, so took out the chain link and boom. So we got all our raptors in there. And if we backstage entrance is back here. Notice I haven't put any dividing fences now because it's the early 20th century, who cares about guest safety and birds biting people's fingers? They'll learn that the hard way and then put some fences later on. So for now it's just flower beds, or nothing at all, like with this one. You can just straight up walk right up to the cage. Anyway, the staff, they can come through here, and open up the door, and boom, you're in the night room area, sheltered area. Nothing in here. I haven't put any. I need to put brooms and boxes and mops and buckets and whatnot. But for now, the fronts look nice. And yeah, that is the latest Klein Tuin Zoo episode. Let's take a nice little zoom out so you can see everything. We got our Budgie aviary over here, our cannon, our angel, Tasmanian Devil, wallabies, whatnot. Yeah, so pretty much all of these exhibits, well, except this one, I think will stay here for the rest of the zoo. They're gonna stay here forever. This one obviously is it's fine. It doesn't look bad, but it's gonna date. It's gonna get dated very quickly, so I'm gonna tear that out. But all the other ones can stay. Yeah, develop with the zoo. And not this one, obviously. This is just a bunch of wires and posts. That's just a temporary thing. Yeah, so sorry for no episodes for almost a year. I think I got distracted playing in Cloudfall Zoo, and then also stopped playing Planet Zoo. And then also had some problems with my PC, so I couldn't open this file, but now I can get it open and can play again. So yeah, you can see I've already started planning the next episode. I'm building some big enclosures at the back there. Also a little cable car, maybe some more hoof stock, start filling up this back area over here. So yeah, no, don't worry, Klein Tuin Zoo isn't going anywhere. It's here to stay. I'm gonna finish this eventually, one way or another. Yeah, I think next episode I'll also release the file again, so you can come explore all the new stuff from since the last Steam upload. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the wait, and I'll see you in the next one, which hopefully won't take as long. Yeah, bye.